If you take the first episode and you see who the character is, and you take the very last episode and you see who the character is, it is exactly the same character, except this one has a different hair and is slightly darker because, oh, the world is so bad. So the problem with Squid Game is that the reason the guy gets into Squid Game in the first place is because he's a gambling addict. He fucks over his mom for money. He fucks over people for money. His mom gets sick. He wants to help her. Oh, and he's also being a really shitty dad to his daughter, who is moving away to the United States. And a way to kind of prevent that from happening is if he could say that he has enough means to take care of her, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, she'll have to move. So he's trying to kind of like fix his mom, fix his debt, and fix his daughter relation. Okay? So he goes into the Squid Game, and that's when he, as a terrible character, is kind of put through the test. Blah, 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 blah. So while Squid Game is supposed to be a show that kind of like changes him as a character, like he goes through a character arc where he starts caring for people, blah, 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 that actually does happen. He kind of grows as a character. He promises to this chick that he will take care of her little brother. Bruh. Okay? She makes him promise her that. And he also promises to the ultimate bad guy in Squid Game that he's gonna help his mom as well. So he's helping two moms, and he has to also help the little orphan brother. He comes out of the Squid Game, right? A changed man. Goes to see his mom. His mom's dead. Okay. We then skip 2 years. A year or 2 years. And the guy... So check this out. Check this story out. So the guy hasn't spent any of the money that he got from the Squid Game, which I understand. Oh, it's a PTSD thing. The money is kind of dirty to him. Blah, 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 blah. But he still asks people for money. He doesn't beg, but he still borrows money. So he doesn't use his own money. So that aspect of him didn't move forward whatsoever. He still borrows money, even though he can, of course, pay back, but he just doesn't touch that money. Second of all, it took him 1 or 2 years since coming back to real world, not to find, but to get to the orphan kid that he promised to take care of. But before he decided to get the orphan kid, he randomly goes to dye his hair like red or whatever, which is like, people kind of make fun of it, but it's not that. It's the sequence in which things happen. So like, it takes you 2 years to decide to take care of the kid, but before that, you actually decide to change your look. Okay, cool. But what does he do with the kid? The guy who has failed his daughter, right? He has failed his daughter, and his motivation to go into Squid Game was to fix his father-daughter relationship. He takes this little boy, and what does he do? He ships off the boy to the mother of the protagonist's main enemy in the Squid Game, to whom he also promised that he'll take care of his mother. So he kind of went, I have this problem, this orphanage kid that I swore to protect. I also have this mother that I also kind of swore to protect. Well, why don't I make them kiss? And he basically fucking gives a shit ton of money to the mom and ships off that kid. That kid is like, what the fuck is going on? I was waiting for my sister. Some weird dude with red hair showed up, and now he just kind of gave me to this grandma lady. What the fuck is happening? And so then our protagonist decides, so he fucked up on that end as well as a character. So no character growth on that front. And so then he decides to go finally see his daughter. He goes to America. Like, fucking things are happening. Hydrate. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. And so the final arc, like, this is where our character is gonna redeem himself, right? He is going on the plane. He's calling up his daughter. He's like, honey, I'm coming to you. I've got the money. I've got the red hair. I've got the suit. I look great. It's all fucking good, right? And suddenly, he decides that he's not going to see his daughter. One of the 3 key reasons why he went into Squid Game. Instead, he turns around and he goes back to the Squid Game world. He's gonna fight them, because that's what the world needs. So do you see what happens? If you take the first episode and you see who the character is, and you take the very last episode and you see who the character is, it is exactly the same character, except this one has a different hair and is slightly darker because, oh, the world is so bad. But nothing happened to him. Nothing changed. That's not how you write a character. And that's what pisses me off about this fucking show, because it is literally an anime, but like a live action anime. It is literally Naruto. We have a Sasuke character. You've got the what's the pink lady's name? Sakura And we have fucking Naruto, who's dumb as and never grows as a character. Like, I'm okay. Actually, Naruto grows as a character. And I don't understand what people are raving about. They're like, oh my god, like this is like the greatest thing ever. What? What about Squid Game is the greatest thing ever, other than the quirky games? It's Naruto, but bad? Yeah, it's literally Naruto, but bad. Like, especially at the very end where they fight, like these two guys, you're like, what is happening? Oh, and by the way, just one quick thing about Squid Game. The whole side arc of the policeman who's looking for his brother is the most useless thing I've ever seen in any show. Do you realize that that arc actually doesn't go anywhere? If you rewatch, please don't rewatch Squid Game. But if you rewatch, there is nothing that happens out of that storyline. It's just there to waste like 2 episodes altogether, like screen time, maybe like 2 hours of your time on nothing, because it doesn't mean anything. I thought, okay, this is where they're gonna reveal like some super cool stuff. And then the guy just fucking died. He fell into the water, which means that he has survived. Okay. But I thought like they had this one opportunity to show the like how the world operates through his lens. And while they did at the very beginning, they could have easily done it like with just like some random dude. I'm so fucking speechless. It's so weird when everyone just kind of raves about something and you watch it and you're like, this is just, I'm sorry, but this is bad. I don't know. Hey, maybe that's how people feel about my streams as well. Who knows, dude? Who knows?